Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. So today I have pre-shuffled cards and drawn some cards out from 4 different decks. I've got the tarot cards from Wild Reflections, and I've drawn a Yogini Oracle card, I've drawn a Green Witch Oracle deck card, and I have used the Wild Unknown Archetype cards. Okay, so let's get into the reading. How to identify whether this reading is for you? First of all, whoever has been through a situation which is a little disturbing, which is a little difficult, maybe a conflict of sorts, and that conflict itself may not have been too conflicting, too quarrelsome, too gruesome, too intense, but the effect that it left on your mind, that it looks like to me is the Tower movement, because the Tower is a major arcana card, and it signifies major changes, major arcana, major changes, something which is about these planetary shifts that you have right now. So we are going through a slightly intense period because we have a Sun, Mars and Saturn conjunction going on in Pisces. So if you have planets in Pisces or Virgo, you are in the direct line of firing, and so also in Taurus and in Sagittarius, because Saturn aspects Taurus from its third eye drishti aspect, and it aspects Sagittarius from its 10th drishti astrologically. And if you consider Mars's aspect also, because Mars drishti is also going to carry the energy of Sun and Saturn, which is itself a very big conflicting energy together. The conjunction is not a happy conjunction. Good thing is it's only around for a few more days. We'll then have to probably tolerate Saturn and Mars in Pisces, because Sun moves out on April 15th to Aries, and I'm using sidereal astrology. I'm not using Western astrology. I'm a Vedic Jyotish. So you might face situations where you're losing sleep over this one small thing which has kind of shaken your foundations. That's what the Tower card represents. Because if you stayed over there, anyway, the foundations are crumbling and you will not be able to survive. You have to move, you have to jump out of there, you have to take a quick decision. You're forced to take a quick decision to some place where you will feel safer, where you find your footing. So there might be feelings of instability. I have a recommendation of grounding yourself. You could just sit on earth for 1 hour every day and connect with Mother Earth. For those people who stay in cold countries and where you think you'll not be directly able to sit with the earth, on the earth, my recommendation is wherever you are in your house, just sit on the ground and connect your Mooladhara chakra, which is at the bottom of your base, your spine, to Mother Earth. Imagine it is connected to Mother Earth, and ground yourself. There are a lot of grounding energies videos, you can watch them. So that's going to help you at least recover, get out of this feeling of instability, not feeling protected, not feeling secure. Because the cards that we have afterwards are amazing cards. You have the King of Pentacles, you have the Ace of Pentacles, you have the Queen of Wands, you have the Wheel of Fortune, and you have 8 of Cups. So there is nothing really which makes me think that this Tower moment that has come into your life, which has forced you out of your comfortable situation into an uncomfortable one. It's not something that's disturbing me, because the cards are really nice, and these cards are kind of all connected, even from the Oracle decks that I have pulled out, the Yogini card and the Green Witch Oracle deck. Okay, so the King of Pentacles is telling me that this is the time that you have to conserve your energy and resources and put into plan, put into action some stability. Even this card is talking about stability. We spoke about grounding because I was called to speak about grounding, and all these pentacle cards are telling me that you're going to receive an opportunity which would look like a small opportunity at first, with the Ace of Pentacles, but you need to build a situation, a mindset of stability to even receive that blessing, because you'll miss it otherwise. Anything that starts with a small seed. And Ace of Pentacles is also an opportunity for you to work on your health, to work on material gains, to work on your finances, to work on investments. King of Pentacles makes me feel that if you're thinking of taking a risk, a gamble, you should calculate all possibilities. In the upright position, it generally shows that you are good at managing your finances, you have built some kind of stability. So continue in that energy. It's very important that you continue in that energy. You might also find somebody in a masculine energy who is here to play a significant role in mentoring you, giving you good guidance in either career or avenues of work or on investments. They're going to be your biggest supporter, biggest cheerleader, but they are also going to be your harsh critic. So take it with a pinch of salt. You get guidance, but you have to kind of pay for it. In Hindi, it's called Guru Dakshina. Right? So yeah, prepare for this Ace of Pentacles opportunity, a divine opportunity that is coming your way. So don't forget to grab it. Don't be distracted. Ground yourself after this Tower moment. After this, you have the Queen of Wands, which makes me feel you are looking good. You're looking confident. You're feeling good. You know what you want. You're feeling attractive. You have a lot of intense, passionate energy to take initiatives, whether it is in relationships or it is in career. This is favoring you. This time is favoring you because you have the Wheel of Fortune immediately after that. The wheel is the wheel of life. So if you have been feeling down, which this is where the Tower card comes in. You're not starting out on great energy on this reading, but after a while things are going to turn for you. This Tower card has come to you because destiny was probably prodding you to move ahead in a certain direction, but you were resisting. So this Wheel of Fortune wanted to come into your life much earlier. It wanted to give you blessings, take you on the high of life again, but because you were too comfortable where you were, that's why it did not have the opportunity to present this change to you, destiny. Right? So from all of this, because of your confident energy, because you have self-assurance now, you have worked on healing yourself and understanding your own issues and not projecting them outwards and understanding situations, you are going to not take BS or tolerate things, situations which emotionally do not nourish you anymore. They do not fulfill you. So you're going to walk away from anything that your intuition or your heart tells you that this is not serving you. And you're going to feel a lot of happiness because you see this lady is walking into a beautiful sunset. Look at the colors: purple, orange, yellow. So this is Vishuddhi Chakra, success, which is related to success. Orange is related to satisfaction. Yellow is related to Swadhisthana Chakra, which is about your creativity, becoming one with the source, going within yourself, drowning out the noise of others. You no longer feel the need to ape anybody, to follow anybody. You have understood a lot about yourself, and hence you are able to take a very good call on what serves you emotionally, what is fulfilling you, and what you need to walk away from. So in all of this, you do understand that there was something that you were resisting moving on from because you felt comfortable and it was not emotionally fulfilling you. You knew you had to move out of that situation, but it took you a very long time to move out. But because you have worked on making yourself very stable emotionally, materially, financially, you have worked very hard to reach where you are. Now is not the time to scatter yourself and to feel ungrounded or to not recognize the opportunity that the universe is presenting to you. It is very much a time to focus your energy and resources in trying to maintain your stability and look for what good is coming out of this whole situation, because this has happened for you. It has not happened to you, the situation has happened for you. The wheel of fortune wanted to turn in your favor for a very long time. It was you who probably, were taking time to do your own healing, and that is fine. Everybody works on their own internal timelines. The events are anyway predestined, they are fixed, right? So let's move on to these three cards. We have laundry mountain climber, we have overwhelmed mom in reverse, and we have a ghosting guru. So with the eight of cups and ghosting guru, it makes me feel you are walking away from people, situations which are draining you, which have drained you a lot in the past, and now you've become an expert of moving out of places, situations, and not carrying their energy when you go home and sleep on your bed at night. So you have learned to treat your energy sacredly and have some boundaries, protective boundaries against situations which don't serve you. That's great. So congratulations to you guys. Overwhelmed mom in reverse makes me think that some of you are expecting mothers, they are mothers, and you are having a difficult time juggling everything. It seems like all the juggling that you have been doing, whether or not you're a mom, you have been juggling too many things, and it's all kind of now falling apart, because the tower card is also falling apart of all the things that you had trying to keep in place. And it makes me think, with eight of cups and ghosting, that there were a lot of people around you in the past who depended heavily on your energy, and that drained you. You never had the time to really give to yourself, to work on your own dreams, aspirations, your health, your stability. You struggled with all those things, and you have been giving for a long time, and you understand what leadership means, because you have a king and you have a queen, so you have both these energies. So while you gained a lot of experience, but now you do not really have tolerance for things where you do not feel nourished, where you feel your cup is being drained. So because all the things around you are falling apart, you're no longer able to do that juggling act. Don't think of it as a failure on your part. It is evolution. It is you rejecting situations, parties, hanging out with people who no longer understand your boundaries, or they just take, and you don't get anything in return. So all of that is coming to a stop. It might feel temporarily uncomfortable, but immediately afterwards you're on a roll. You're confident, you know what's happening, right? Then you have a laundry mountain climber card, and this is a funny card because again you have just piled up so much for yourself, because you have always paid attention to other people, you have always paid attention to external situations, circumstances. Might be a trauma response, it seems to me. A lot of people who have had caregivers, primary caregivers, who were not very attentive, who were themselves either sick or debilitated due to some reason. Children have had to grow up very fast in those environments. So this pile of cloths seems to me like all the responsibilities that you had for yourself, to have fun, to take care of yourself. You didn't have those situations. You didn't have the privilege to even take care of yourself. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you had to go through life like that, but I'm not sorry for all the great lessons you must have learned on the way, and that they have made you stronger. And I think a life led with experiences is much richer than a life which is full of comforts, because yeah, while anybody who's struggling would say that a life of comforts is always better, is always something you preferred, but after the storm has passed, you will feel that you have achieved something. Yeah, let's look at the brighter side of things, that you have made yourself so much stronger, and you can now operate and work in environments which are tougher, but you can still keep going when there is no appreciation, when there is no real love being showered, no attention being given to you. So it makes me feel like you have escalated to a leadership position. You always were a leader, and that's why you took care of your primary caregivers or your family and friends for a very long time, and you kind of became like their aunt agony, whether you're male or female, it doesn't matter. But you did become that person who was always looking out for the others at the cost of your own self, right? So yeah, let's read the Moss Agate card. I'm going to take out the book and read out from here, because although I can tell you what the interpretation is, but when I read out from the book, you'll know how much it matches with the other rest of the reading. Moss Agate. Change can be daunting. The Moss Agate card reminds you that stasis, while comfortable, denies you the growth and development that your spirit needs to evolve. Moss Agate offers you the foundation or a safe space to explore and plan for the future. You're holding back from change because you feel unprepared. Moss Agate can help. Moss Agate attracts positive energy, a boon when you're uncertain about shifts and transformations in life. Call on this stone to help set good foundations and prepare yourself for future change, or simply when you crave emotional balance. A reflection. Is there an upcoming change that you have been avoiding that you need to make peace with? Amazing, right? So this completely resonates with the Tower moment, that it looks like you've been avoiding some change because it made you feel that you're comfortable. It reminds me of this very spiritual analogy that I've heard somewhere, that there was once a person who was standing with a rope that he thought was a rope in his hand in the night in a room, and people from outside could see that it was not a rope, it was a snake. But because this man was very, very sure that it was a rope, there was no light inside, he could not see, but somehow people from outside could see. It must have had glass windows, or this person was probably partially blind or night blind. So this person did not realize that what was in his hands was something dangerous. So people were asking him, please leave it. It's not a rope, it's a snake. It might bite you. It's going to be difficult for you later. So one person just goes inside the room and switches on the light. And the moment the person sees it's a snake and not a rope, he leaves it. He leaves the snake and just runs outside. So it's the same thing, when you are able to turn on your own inner knowledge, there is no need for somebody else from outside to tell you what is right and what is wrong. So this is what has happened over here. Okay, let me now read out about Shri Virendri Pada, a very beautiful yogini card that we have over here. I will make you have one good look at it, and then I will read out what it means. The Chief of Heroes. Virya means courage, valor in Hindi, in Sanskrit. So Virendri comes from there. In the present oracle, Shri Virendri Pada appears as the chief of heroes. She has the power of focus and can hunt creatures hidden in the deepest recesses of the forest. She has the status of Maharathi, or the warrior par excellence. Shri Virendri Pada sits over a dead animal that she just killed. She symbolizes the power that reaches and destroys our hidden fears. Remember, she can shoot out for animals in the deepest, darkest recesses of the forest. The card is an important step in the process of eliminating our fears before committing an action. We should pull back our minds the way a hunter pulls back the arrow before allowing it to fly to the target. Every thought has a correlating activity in the body that creates sensations. While being active, we usually don't notice that those sensations are in our bodies all the time. We notice them only when they have been accumulated, having created disharmony and consequent pain. Fears are destructive energies, and our mind has mechanisms to avoid or confronting them. Instead of using our analytical mind, we can deal with fears through the physical sensations that they produce in our body. We can eliminate fears by focusing our attention on different spots in the solar plexus, upper navel and chest area, where fears are usually hidden. The sadhana which is recommended is after doing yogasanas, which typically stretch your belly area, the navel area and and the chest area, and after doing yog nidra to relax, you can conclude the sadhana by saying, the yoginis are now with me. I accept the protection of Sri Virendripada. Every day I can find, confront and destroy all the hidden fears in my body. So those of you who want to say these affirmations, you can just rewind and listen to it again. Then we have these two cards. So again, this yogini card is also talking about changes and how we resist changes for a long time, and the tower moment has come. The moss agate is also talking about changes. And surprise, surprise, what we'll hear in the box and the sustainer, not so much in the sustainer. Sustainer is more the king of pentacles kind of energy. In the Hindu Sanatan religion, actually, way of being, religion is the wrong way of addressing it. Sanatan Dharma, which is a way of life for people living in India. We have the Holy Trinity of Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, and Vishnu is called the sustainer. He is the middle deity. So he is responsible for creating an environment where one can do their sadhana or one can sustain materially. Sustaining materially is also a duty that Sri Vishnu takes care of, because one line of thinking says that once you have experienced everything materially, all comforts, you will no longer be invested in them or excited about them or want to explore them. You will move towards the path of liberation once you have experienced everything. So in either ways, to sustain your sadhana, Shri Vishnu's blessings are required. You can invoke on him. And even for material gains and successes, Shri Vishnu is required. Okay, let me just take out the reading for the box. Very interesting card, beautiful. I think it's got a very beautiful imagery. Just there. Hold on. Yeah, there we are. This is very fine. The cage, the rules, the norm. We all live to some degree with the confines of the body, of the box. This archetype represents everything that is known, anticipated, and expected. I don't know why I said the body. Maybe some of you are really, really associated very heavily with your body, which means your sharir bhav. The more you accept that you're a soul and all your guidance, all your acceptance comes from a soul level, not from the body level, you are eliminating 99% of your problems, because all the problems begin and start with the body. If you did not have a body, you will not have your name, you will not have your relationships, you will not have relationships to material objects also. So there will be no lack and there will be no fulfillment. The moment you sleep, you're not in body consciousness anymore and you forget about everything that is associated with the body. But it helps you to relax deeply. It's a semi-death situation. So the more you are in your body state, the more problems that you would have. So one should not focus too much on body, either its physical form or the attachments that are related to the body, like comfort, car, house, AC, things like this. I mean, things of conveniences. They will only give you comfort. They will only give your body comfort. They will not give your soul comfort. The soul wants liberation from this karma, from the cycle of karma. Right? So this is relevant for those who, are experienced that experiencing that kind of a soul death, because again it is related to the tower. There is death of ego, I, some part of your I. So coming back to the reading, it holds us in place while simultaneously holding us back from our greatest visions. The box is sneaky, insidious, and everywhere, limiting us at the most unconscious levels. It is built of layer upon layer of social constructs and pressures. Breaking through its confines requires awareness, continued effort, and bravery. The box may appear as expectations from parents, a well playing but heartless job, paying, sorry. Some of you might be playing either sports or some musical instrument. The pressure to look or behave like others, or simply to stay small. So for you, some of you, it might be leaving your job situation which is not serving you. You probably put in a lot of money to study a particular course, and now it's no longer serving you, and you have to move out into something that your heart is calling you out for, whether it's playing sports, playing some instruments. It could be something about playing, something related to playing. There is a box around you now made of some type of confining thought. What is it? The box shifts and morphs as we grow. This is part of its multi layered nature. Once you break through one layer, another will present itself to you. Keep going. Break through. An exquisite life requires it. So, when in light form, that means it came out straight. It represents structure, order, coherence, logic. When in dark form, it is limitation, rigidity, judgment, and fear. Most of the reading was about limitation, so I'm going to go with limitation. Moving outside of the box is exhilarating and expansive, but destabilizing others will wonder what you are doing and why you will too. This is part of the process. So yes, like I said, for a long time you have been in the people pleasing mood of taking care of others, expectations of you. So you're not going to do that anymore. You'll come out of the box. There are a lot of boxes, one inside the other. But I feel since you have started on this journey, this was what was daunting for you, right? It was daunting for you to come out of one box because you knew there's going to be another box and then another box. It's never going to stop. So you have all the courage. Queen of Wands also represents courage. You know you can do it. You will go through with it because you have the help from universe. You have nature's blessings. You have Jupiter's blessings coming in for you. So this is a time that is absolutely going to be helpful, and do try to do the yogini sadhana that I have mentioned. Do let me know in the comments if any part of this resonated with you, because I think it was a very, very resonant reading. That's why I was trying to avoid sending out the message, but I hope this message goes out to anybody who's really required to listen to it right now. So thank you for staying with me, and if you like the reading, do consider subscribing to my channel. Thank you so much. See you. Bye.